a ton of bricks. Doesn't matter, weak or strong. Take your time and do your tricks. All I do is sing along. Yeah, I need you around for brighter light and firmer ground. When you believe in me, love is gonna set me free.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope everybody's doing good. Get over here to chat. Thank y'all so much for being here. Did y'all enjoy those sweet faces, those big old smiles? Just breaks your heart, doesn't it? It is something, I tell you. You would think there would be a resolution of some sort by now, but here we sit, still talking about both of them. But thank you all for being here. My goodness, I'm so blessed. Miss Millie, thank you. I love you. And Sarah, hey Auntie. Hey Alan G. and Smiley. Love you big. And Blue Eyes. Hello, my friend. I don't know. Did I miss somebody? I feel like I did. It's only going so far. Let's see. Hey, TJ. Thanks for being here. And We Gob. How you doing? Hello, hello. Hi, Susie. Who else do we have here? We got Cheryl. Hey, thanks for being here. Y'all are all so sweet. I love y'all. Well, I don't know if y'all noticed. Hey, Sarah. Kay, Mac, thanks for being here. I don't know if y'all noticed in my last video, but I was not feeling the greatest. And after that, I don't know if I had like a virus or what I had, but my legs cramped so bad. My whole body ached as if I had the flu, but I had no fever. I just felt like shit. Oh, looky here, looky here. We got Mr. Scott H up in the house. Hey, hey, Scott. Thanks for being here. So, yeah, I spent about 3 days with that. And then I woke up and I felt normal. I don't know what it was, what happened. You know, my body might be like immune to working because I just started full time and it's the first time I worked full time in about 4 years. So my body might have just got tired. But no, I think I had some kind of virus. But it was not fun. But I really wasn't sick. It was weird. Yeah, the C19. Never know. I just waited it out. But yeah, my whole body just hurt and my legs kept cramping. That was the worst part, I think. I couldn't keep my legs still. They just hurt so bad. But anyways, here I am, back up and going. I leave tonight or tomorrow night after work, and I'm headed to Galveston. I have two of my best friends from high school that are meeting me there, and it's just going to be a couple of days, and we're just going to catch up and have a good time. So I'm really excited about that. I really need it. But we're just going to go sit on the beach, hang out, talk, laugh, tell, stories. Some stories I don't want to retell, but it's what it is. Margaritaville, pretty close. Tequila Roseville. But so my friends, the YouTube streets have been a little psychotic. Thank y'all for being here and thank y'all for not being psychotic. Tell you what, it's like a cutthroat world out there. And you wouldn't think so. This is true crime. This is about two kids that we talk about. But Lord have mercy, people are bringing other kids up in it, talking about creators left and right. We got the whole, let's get the facts straight. Okay, the facts according to who? YouTubers? Make that make sense. But, I look at it this way. If we sit here and talk and we tell a story and you want to listen to what we have to say, that is your choice. And if I say something and it's not right and somebody else messaged me and tells me, I'm going to correct it. But that's our business here. So I don't know. It's it's crazy. Why would you, first of all, want to be over here talking about somebody's kids, calling CPS on them? And why are you going to, be criticizing everything a person does and says? Makes no sense. I worked hard for my channel. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. We are going to have a good time over here, and we are not going to become part of the mess. I don't want no part of it. So, yeah, TJ, they can't, TJ says nobody can correct you on your speculations because they're yours. We're human. We all are going to have different speculations. Yes, that's it. And yet, oh, you're not correct, or can you believe that, that was said on her channel? It's all just, I don't know. I think we have nothing more to talk about too much. We're talking about the same thing over and over. But you know what? I don't care, because the more we talk about it, the more it gets out there a little bit. My channel is growing. So that means a little more people here. And we're all in this together. And if we want to review over stuff we've talked about before, then that's what we're going to do. But I'm not going to stop. And I'm not going to let other people intimidate us over here. I got super great mods. They see a troll, they whack them on the head. We're good. And everybody has the right to their own opinion. As long as you respect everybody else's opinion, it's all good over here. So anyways, now that I got that little bit off my chest, I still haven't seen One Love, y'all. I haven't seen her anywhere. I'm getting really worried. Has anybody seen her anywhere? Because I'm really starting to get worried. Smiley, bingo. The problem is Scott H. don't go on his rants no more. Now the streets are going nuts. Yeah. Come on, Scott H. Step it up. Anyways. Yeah, I'm a little worried about her. TJ, I charge $50 an hour. Oh goodness. And people are like, they're money grabbing, whack a troll. Yeah, Scott. But people talk about, like, they're in it for the money. Now, Seth's monetized. I just read people are starting to attack him for being monetized. Oh, I thought he wasn't in it for the money. People, we're on YouTube. We make a channel. A lot of us use different programs to create different things. Those 2 slideshows that I just played, I pay monthly for those to be made. And, if I get money off of YouTube, okay. That is nobody's business. I'm not getting rich. And if I was, it ain't nobody's business still. People got to stop with it. It's out of control, stupid. It's what it is. Oh, Sarah, you're going to fall in love with our Scott H. Yeah, sub up. But we got to get him back going again. Everybody loves some Scott H. But yeah. So anyways, let me start by saying I'm so sorry. Please forgive me for the little thing I did so you could vote what you wanted, and somehow I got screwed up, and I don't know what I did. So I am so sorry. Didn't mean for that to get all kinds of messed up. So forgive me. I won't touch it again. So, and just a little something. There is some Sebastian stuff that's been worked on behind the scenes and everything. And I am trying to figure out, and when I get it figured out, how to do a members live. I will be talking to you guys about that. So if y'all are interested in that, make sure you join the membership and join us for that one, because it will be a little enlightening. We'll have a few little things to talk about there. So that is in the works. But anyways, there was a gentleman feeling very low here, kind of didn't want to be around, and I talked to him and told him not to do that, and if he sees me, talk to me anytime. Oh no, TJ, was that on my channel? I don't like it when people feel low and bummed, because I'll tell you what, I get that. Totally get that. I have been through a cycle where I went from living a very, very, very comfortable life to having absolutely no money, broke as broke can be, and especially a broken arm, couldn't work. And then when I did work, I wasn't getting many hours, and yeah, life can get pretty rough. Here lately, I've had to move out of my house, start getting it ready to sell, and I am living with my son for the moment till the house sells and I get my half. So all of that can take a toll on you. And it's all such just stupid stuff when you really look at life. But it really got to me. And of course I lost my son. So that was an even deeper layer. But it's all been very humbling. And if you ever talk to anybody that just is at the end of their rope, just tell them. I had to find myself before I can pull myself back up. I had to find out who I was. I had to find out what I want with life, because I always just wanted to be a wife and be a mom and, do hair. And I did that for many, many years, and then just raise my kids and love my kids. And I had that life, and it all cratered down. And when you get to that point, you got to start figuring out where you are in your life, what you want your life to be, and take baby steps to get it, because sometimes baby steps is a great accomplishment. So, way to go, TJ. Always encourage, and I hope everybody does, because it can be a very lonely place. It can be a place of I don't want to keep going. I don't care if I wake up. And there are people that get there. Unfortunately, they don't have someone to encourage them to keep going. So no matter what you see on the outside, if you ever get a glimpse, just a small glimpse of something of negative there on the inside, just give them a little encouragement anyways. You never know, it might can make that difference. So I oh oh no. Oh goodness, K Mac. Man. Well, so on the little poll thing, it kind of came up tied between Summer and Sebastian. And so I thought, we'll just talk about both of them a little bit. We're not going to do any deep diving. Like I said, I can't afford a new laptop, and my tablet's all I got. And it's not letting me pull up other pages to share with you other things. So we're just going to talk about things. We have 2 kids that just disappeared, 2 kids who were last with their mother, and their fathers were at work. Some of the similarities are just really crazy. But I've heard people say, well, maybe there's a pattern here. Maybe it is trafficking or something like that. But I don't think it is. I just really don't feel the trafficking thing with Sebastian. Is it possible with Summer? Yes. It's very possible because it's so bad right in that area there. And I think possibly the other girls, young girls that are missing there could be related into that trafficking. What a horrible thing. What a horrible thing. Hey, Betty Smith. Betty, your Betty is spelled exactly like my great grandmother's. And her name was Betty Smith. And she spelled it with the IE as well. Every time I see you, I think about her. But that trafficking is getting out of control. It's kind of like when you start having a new drug come out and then all of a sudden it's out of control. Kind of like the trafficking. But people are letting it happen. People are letting it happen. Law enforcement, I don't think, are staffed enough to contain it and to put an end to it. But I think with Sebastian, I'm going to tell y'all kind of my little theory. So it's just in my opinion. This is not something that is facts. But hearing the fact that Katie would drink a lot in the evenings, which is another coincidence to Candace. But I really wonder if she had been drinking after they got home. She tired out, wore out. And I wonder if Sebastian wasn't going to sleep. Maybe he did not take his medicine that night and he was wired up. Maybe he was agitated. Maybe she just had had enough, trying to get him to calm down. And with her drinking a little too much, I think there was an issue that came about. And I think she just kind of lashed out. And then the phone call to Chris. What do I do? Then the cover up ensued because that child cannot disappear, not be seen outside, and not be seen inside as well. So there's a cover up. And it's very obvious. And I hope that law enforcement sees that because we can all see it. We can all see it. You can't disappear without leaving your home. Well, he's not in his home. Where's he at? Oh, Annabella. Hello. Hello, sweetheart. My beautiful friend. We got who? Let's see. Mr. E. Hello. Hello. Anybody else that's come in along the way? Welcome, welcome. Thank y'all for being here. But that is kind of my thought on it because I don't care if you love someone deeply, deeply, deeply. It's a long time to stay on a phone call for that long. After the day that they had, I would have thought she would have went to bed a little earlier herself. But I think the phone call situation was they laid their phones down, did not turn it off. Chris drove in, or he was already there. I think he had gone back to work, and that's where his phone pinged, was there in Memphis. Hey, Z. But I think the calls just sat there. And he drove in, and when he got there, all she had to do was hang up, and both calls would be done. So, anyway, that's my thought. Now, Summer is a hard one to figure out, only because you could pick so many scenarios and it could fit. We've talked about it before. We've brought up so many different scenarios and it could fit. So that makes it hard. Another theory, those kids played on the roof. They played on the roof all the time. Dawn even said they played on the roof. Well, what if the boys tricked her or dared her, or she was going to play Santa or whatever, and she went down into that chimney? Then you think about it, there's now speckled cinder blocks at the bottom of that chimney. Possibly they had to cut into the chimney to get her out. I don't know. There's another scenario. It's possible it could possibly be that way. And then they covered it up. But I think there's a whole lot that was going on that day was when Summer come up missing. And I'm afraid so many people are trying to cover it up because they don't want their involvement in their crimes brought out. And I think that's where a lot of our distraction comes from, whether it's related to Summer or not. I don't know. But it's very, very sad that we have actual grown-ups in both of these cases that would rather cause a distraction than to tell the truth about these children. Because both of these mothers hold the key to their child not being here. And if you stop and you think about it, we have Candace with the fake call to Dawn's sister. We have Dawn on the phone when he was drunk, blaming Candace because he had 7 alibis. She had none. She's going down. Was that a threat to her? Then you've got, the list can go on and on and on and on. And if you follow Summer's case, then you pretty well know all those things. Sebastian's, you've got his parents who aren't saying a word. They're making up stories. They forget what lie they've told. People are catching them in lies. Then they correct it on the next interview. Then they get on Nancy Grace and it's a whole different story. Then you've got his family who likes to get involved. Are they covering up as well? And then you got the funny calls that was coming into Cluminati, or however you say her name. And it's so obvious it's Chris. He was trying to disguise his voice, but he didn't do a good job. Why are you going to do stuff like that? Why are you going to talk about a story and make up things and talk about things that just adds more distractions? Here we have Chris saying that maybe he's outside of the search. Maybe he is northwest so many miles. Maybe you should go look here. Maybe he's throwing everybody in different directions to get them away from where he knows Sebastian could be at. And that's what we seem to have. We have grown-ups who just would rather throw out crap, get everybody confused, tell a different story each time, or move the timeline. They'd rather do all that than to come out and say, look, this is what happened. This is what I did. Maybe I wasn't there. Maybe I had slipped out when I came home. He was gone. She was already gone. Maybe she stayed outside while mom went in the house. But there's no truth in the stories that were being told because it does not make sense. There's no way a stranger is going to go up 110 Ben Hill. No way. I would be terrified walking up that driveway or up through the dog path or what. I wouldn't even know what I would get up there and see. You would have to have very big kahunas to actually walk up there not knowing anything about that area. She might have been abducted. but it wasn't by a stranger. But that's what they try to push, that narrative a lot. And everybody, and a lot of y'all might get upset with me when I say this, but I get aggravated at Dawn's sisters. They're going to come into the story after she's gone. Well, if they knew what he did to them at a young age, why didn't they step in and stop it? Why didn't they step in and have her taken away? Because she could still be here. So, they want to come out and play a victim. And don't get me wrong, people. Yes, they were a victim of Dawn's. They very much were. He said it himself. But why wait to speak out and say, he did this to me when I was 5, when you knew his little girl was living in his house? But you didn't say anything before. Not cool. Not cool, not cool, not cool. Hey, Ginger girl. Yeah, if it was an abduction, no stranger. There is no way. No way possible. I mean, there is nobody. I don't think there's anybody stupid enough to go walking blindly up 110. I mean, you might walk straight into Deliverance. You never know. I don't see it happening. That area has too much of a bad reputation. I do not think a person would just say, hey, let's go up in here where, they do things, they sell things, they shoot people, all this stuff. So, no. And then we have Sebastian over here. His mom lets the stepdad do most of the talking. She doesn't talk much. And when she does, she slips up a lot. She says little things, like was driving by the school and he, and then goes on to the next subject, changes it around. He what? Who's he? Chris talks a whole lot about we. Did he have a mouse in his pocket with him in Memphis? Or was Katie his we? Was he there? There's lots of that happening. And these two kids had no chance in the world because nobody will help them. They come up missing. The people that know are not doing anything to help. They're covering up more and more and more. You have a neighbor that's inserted herself, talking in code, trying to get everybody to figure out what the hell she's talking about. Should we go look into that? It's nothing more than a distraction. Maybe she has her own motive for a distraction. But why? Be an adult. Grow up. Take responsibility for yourself. Because people would be so much more in tune to stand by you, support you, be a friend to you if you just told the truth. Because that truth could possibly save one of these kids. But that truth could also tell us that these kids are no longer with us. And that ups the ante a little bit for them, because that becomes murder, accessory, hiding the fact, all kinds of stuff. So let's make up more lies and more lies. Let's distract a little more over here with this person's chat. Let's tell it this story, because last time we were talking, they mentioned we weren't saying this. So let's add this in this story, okay? It's so obvious, but yet it continues to happen. I don't get it. Just like I was saying earlier, I don't understand how people are going to sit there and tell me how I can do my channel, what I can say and what I can't say. They want facts. Okay. I'm going to give you facts as I've seen it, as I've heard it. That's what I'm going to give. But the facts, according to who? The parents? Because they're the one that has the facts, right? But the parents won't say. And it's very obvious in both of these little kids' life here, their mother has the key. Their mother was the last one with them. What happened in that dead space of time? What happened to these kids? That's all we need. That's all we want. Once we get that, we'll move on to another case, another child, and help them. But you want to sit here and complain, but it's your fault. Because you as parents are not doing what's right for these children and telling the truth. Law enforcement is not going to advise you what to say and not say to the public. They can't. But like Chris seems to have those good buddies. I guess he could over a beer, huh? Oh, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't talk to them. Is that how it works? I don't know. All I know is there is a fact that is 100% a fact. There's 2 kids missing that we talk about almost daily. There's 2 kids that disappeared from their home while their mother was in charge of them. There's 2 kids who have law enforcement that doesn't quite seem to be on the kids' side. Let's maybe protect the parents. Let's give the parents a bottle of whiskey. Maybe the stepdad just needs to call his buddy's cell phone and talk to him for a while on a 3-way call with Katie. And then he calls into dispatch so they can report it. Is that how it went down? Because normal people don't do a 3-way call to let people know that your child's missing. One continues to look while the other one makes the call. It's sad and it's disgusting that we have these two sets of parents here that do not want to honor their child, that do not want to give their life for their child. But what are we supposed to do? And I was thinking about this the other day. What are we supposed to do when the parents don't even want to try? And I just thought to myself, I'm going to keep putting their kid's face up in their face. If they ever look at my videos, they're going to see their child. Whatever it does to them when they see that child, that's their fault. And as the guilt grows, as the pressure pushed against them grows, as their mind starts racing crazy, trying to think up something new to add to it to distract everybody, as all of that builds up and starts happening, it's not our fault. That's the parents' fault. Because I can look at these two kids' picture here. I can look at it and I'll smile. Because in these two pictures, they were beautiful. Beautiful smiles. Two kids that I would love to meet one day. That little cotton top girl running through the woods, squealing, trying to chase her brothers down, trying to outdo her brothers. Yeah, that's my kind of girl. And Sebastian, oh, that smile. If only I could see that smile. That would make my day. Because it shows so much of his character. So much of who he is in that smile. But yet his mother and stepfather don't seem to have any positive words when it comes to explaining who Sebastian is. All I have to do is look at that smile, and it tells me so much. It tells me he could probably be a pain in the butt and turn around and be the most loving child you've ever seen in your life. That's what it tells me. It tells me he loves to laugh. He's happy when he does things. He wants to please. But then again, I don't think was going to ever be able to please Mr. Chris. When you're with a child, as long as Mr. Chris was with Sebastian, then you would want that child to drop the Mr. Well, let me rephrase that. Most people would. And it's so sad that the adults in this story of these two kids will not give their own life for their child. If I could have been in the car that day my son had his wreck, I would have. Just so he could live his life to the fullest. So he could still be here. So he could have gotten married just those short months later. So he could have his family I would have sat in that driver's seat. But here we have parents who are going to Harley shops, motorcycle shopping. They're going out and having fun with his daughter, which, don't get me wrong, she deserves to have fun with her father. But Sebastian deserved to have fun with his mother as well. Little Summer, her parents chose drugs and drinking. They seem to be doing good now. They look clean. They look sober. They look like they're trying. And kudos to anybody who wants to try to improve their life. Somebody who wants to get off of drugs or anything. I praise them. But do you remember what really happened to your daughter? What really happened in those empty space? Because there's a lot of empty space in both stories. Lots of details before, lots of details after. But that empty space and that night of, that morning or afternoon of, lots of empty space. Something's happened. It's obvious. So what could it be? What parent is ready to give their life for their child? Because I bet most of y'all in chat would give your life for your child if it came down to it. These two deserve justice. Yay. Way to go, Scott. Super proud of you. Scott is 9 years sober yesterday. Awesome. Super proud. Auntie Sherry says she would have given her life for any child. Yes. And you know, that's how life's supposed to be. That's what God wanted us to be. That's why we were given children, to love them, protect them, and to stand in front of them when need be. They're not disposable. They're not something you can throw out with the trash. So that is my rant for the night. I'm so tired of all the distractions. I'm so tired of all the different stories. You try to cover this, but you can't keep up with the stories that are being told because there's something new all the time. And it's ridiculous. And I think maybe it's time to start putting pressure on the parents a little bit. I think Katie and Sebastian Katie and Chris are living in hell right now. But that's what they chose. So, anyways, Well, guys, I am going to let everybody get off of here. I know lots of other people are doing lives. So I want to thank you all for being here. Y'all are all so precious. So, so precious to me. I do thank everybody for their support and just the way y'all are in chat with each other in here. And I just love it because that's the way we should be. Encourage each other, explain stuff to each other, but not attack each other. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I love y'all so much. And y'all remember, I'm going to be bringing out a few things from behind the scenes, checking into, finding out stuff kind of thing with Sebastian. So that will be in a members live. And some of it is going to maybe have to stay in members only for just a little while before I put it out to everybody else. So if y'all want to be a part of that, make sure you join up the membership. Make sure you hit that like button. Show me some thumbs up. I know everybody thinks it's crazy when everybody keeps saying, hit the like button, hit the like button. But it does make a difference and it makes me feel good. So, anyways, y'all be great. I may not be on for a couple of days, but just know that I'm laying in the sun, drinking me a drink or two, and relaxing. But I'll be back. So, everybody, take good care of yourself. Everybody, just know y'all are so loved. And I am so grateful to have y'all in my life. So, mwah, love and hugs, everybody. Bye.